You're listening to the Hot Topix Podcast with Psycho 481, the lovely Lady Lamb Chop, and the fabulous Melonious Feather. Let's get into it. Welcome everyone to the Hot Topix Podcast. I'm Psycho 481 and I'm here with, you already know who I'm here with. Just say hello.
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 That was Lamb Chop. And
Hello.
that was the one who was whispering. That is the
No whispering.
you whispering. That was the fabulous Melonious Feather. Okay, and we have a special guest today. We have LAH88. Am I saying it right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
You mean LA? L-A?
LAH
Oh.
88.
Cool.
Okay.
Thank you for joining us.
No problem.
All right.
Cool
So
to be here.
yes. Now, hip hop artists from the DC area.
Okay.
Okay. Now there's going to be let's throw it out there. DC area is a little bit different sound than Baltimore and New York and South or whatever. So we're going to get into all that. I did have the opportunity to listen to some of your music, and it was actually pretty good. So that's we invited and his is I guess more the modern. It's not like the old stuff that we I listen to.
Exactly. I was like,
So-
what's
He was
it's
talking
you.
about us,
Okay.
probably. the two ancestors.
but it was pretty good. First, one of the questions I want to ask you, the name. Where'd you get the name from?
I got the name reading the Bible. I was like reading, I think it was Psalms. Yeah, Psalms.
Song
And it was
for people that
like
don't
after
know.
every scripture, it says Salah. So I looked it up. I was like, what's Salah mean? And it said it's musical direction. And I just stuck with that name. I just shortened it to La. And I like the 8.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Were you born in 88?
Nah.
Okay. So, what first got you into hip hop?
I got back into starting my own rap stuff like in high school. It was just something I was chilling with people, we freestyling.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Okay. Now, my two co-hosts, they've not heard your music yet.
Right.
So, I'm going to see if I can add a little snippet in, post-production or during the editing. So
All right.
when they hear,
Okay.
and it's on SoundCloud.
Yeah, it's on SoundCloud. Most of it is on SoundCloud. I'm on Apple Music and Spotify too.
Oh, okay.
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 No,
Okay.
we can listen to it now. What's his name?
Oh, you want to listen to it now?
Just to play some.
So while we doing that, let me just ask you quickly, how young were you when you realized that this was going to be your path? Like, was it something that you knew right away? Because some kids say, oh, I knew it, 10 or 11, that this is what I wanted to do.
I mean, I didn't know for real. I was like trying to work. I was like, I'm gonna work and just do it as like a side thing. But then like recently I stopped working full time. I just got my part time. So I'm like trying to take it more seriously now. And I always felt like I was like too old to get into the music industry. But
And how old
What's
are you
too
now?
old? Yeah.
when I was like 28, I was thinking I was too old. So I'm like,
Okay.
I'm like 32 now.
Okay. Now, let me see.
that
Jay-Z's
the
55 because I'm 55. So
I knew you had to throw that in
that was
there.
like- so that was still in there. 50's not there. Some of the ones who are have that longevity, they're in those 40s and 50s.
Right.
No, mind you, they probably started back when they were teens too, but still. What you got over there?
Oh,
Fabulous.
no, okay. That's not okay. Is that his song?
I think that is it.
That's it? Okay.
Yeah.
Path ain't designated. So far it's been demonstrated. Demonized, I hesitated right before I levitated. I'm not working evil, but it's biblical to sin. If I turn my back on Satan, am I guaranteed to win? Fuck, turn the other cheek. Niggas cap, niggas weak. I done put in all this effort trying to find my way to peace. Is this life a simulation? Then controlling or delete? All these demons and these vamps, they trying to drain my energy. Y'all to slay my enemies. I treat karma like the best. I had bitches on me still. She the devil in the dress. I was taking
Oh, he
Very
mentioned you.
nice. What did he say?
He mentioned you. He said
That
devil's
was the
address.
dress.
Oh, you know what? You know what? You so wrong. You are so wrong. Very, very nice. I like
nice,
that.
yeah.
Did you do the ad libs to that also?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, nice.
So that's some good production. Now, who actually gets the production credits?
I it's a lot of different producers I guess I work with, but the engineer I usually go to this Red Space, this guy named Dre.
Okay. Well, shout out to Dre. Good job.
I liked that I could understand what he was saying.
Right.
I'm the ancestor here, so.
Well, that was one of the things that I noticed when I was listening to the clips on SoundCloud. Like I have an issue with the modern music. I don't know what they're saying.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't understand anything that they were saying. It was like,
Probably need hearing aids. Because you're old, so, yeah.
but on yours, you articulated it very
Yes,
well.
yes.
You know, you can hear all that.
So is his rap kind of like biblical or
Who?
biblical?
Oh, biblical.
Biblical.
Okay.
It's not all biblical. It's not all biblical. I just was feeling that way that day when I made that song.
Okay.
Okay. So now that leads into that question. Like, what inspires you for your lyrics?
I don't know, like mostly stress, depression, but like
Really?
also like kind of I feel like I want to put words of affirmation in the air.
Okay.
Like
So your personal feelings and things that you're dealing with, like
Yeah.
your everyday life. Okay.
And his mood?
Moods?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Now, do you start with the music first or do you go with the lyrics? Because I know some artists will go in there and say, you know, they'll just listen to a beat.
Right. I
And then
heard
they'll-
this.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then they'll go with it. Now, what do? Do you write your own stuff?
yeah, I write my own stuff. I usually listen to a beat, I just go through a few beats, find which one I like the most, and then start writing.
Okay. So that the beat kind of inspires you as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, now that's your genre? Do you change it up a little bit? Go into different types,
What do you mean? Like,
like
rock and roll?
No,
or-
I'm sorry. Different styles of rap.
Okay.
Like there's every area has their particular sound,
Right.
right? So,
right.
What area inspired you, or do you take your style from? Is it
Right now, I'm taking a lot of inspiration from like South, like Memphis,
okay?
like Florida.
Okay. Southeast, Memphis, Young Dolph.
Nah, probably like Black Smurf or Xavier Wolf.
Okay. Now I ain't gonna lie. I don't know who they are.
Okay. I don't feel so bad now. I was like, I don't think I've heard of that.
No, but I realized that even when I was growing up, a lot of my influences and how I jumped on to certain types of music was actually from videos. The videos I saw, and I was thinking about that because I used to, they had video jukebox and stuff like that.
Right.
So anybody out there, unless it was you get a cassette tape,
Right.
and you listen to the full album, but you miss a lot. So the new generation, you guys got what? YouTube, Facebook, all
Right.
social media platforms.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so that's my question. How are you getting your music out there and how are your fans finding you? Because, like you said, we had TV. The radio station only played the same.
Right.
Well, actually, I'm really telling my age. They weren't playing rap
right.
music or hip hop music at all on the radio.
Yeah.
Or they would play it like after 10 o'clock or after, 11 o'clock or something like that. So how are you getting your music out there and how are your fans finding you?
I'm trying to get more into like social media creation, and SoundCloud is like its own social media, so you can promote to like other artists or people just listening to music. They make it easy to promote to them.
Great.
And I've never actually been on SoundCloud.
Me either.
I usually
So
just
now I
listen
gotta
to it.
go.
It's my first
Yeah.
time hearing that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yep.
So, you said you're 32.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, he's still young.
What? Who was your biggest musical influence?
Like when I was younger, it was Lil Wayne,
Okay.
but then like and went to like Kanye, and then like ASAP Rocky.
Okay. Okay. So I have heard of those. Did you find any inspiration from anybody like outside of rap, as far as your influence?
Like maybe R&B artists.
Yeah, like
or,
R&B
yeah.
or even rock.
Right.
you know?
Right.
It was some rock. It was like some Slipknot, Senses
I know
Fell.
Okay. I haven't heard of them.
I know Slipknot.
Slipknot. What years were those?
It's like
90s.
2000.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
like late
11.
90s. Yeah.
Okay.
2000.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I have a weird music ear.
And Slipknot is R&B.
No,
Oh,
it is
okay.
not.
It's
no,
rock.
it
No,
is
see,
not.
I can. My influences will be coming from yacht rock.
Oh no! Stop! Don't say that. Don't tell
Don't
people
talk
that.
about it.
Especially not when you're talking to a hip hop artist.
Yeah, well, hey, All right, so, how would you describe your style to someone who's never heard your music? Now, we just heard your music.
Right,
So how
right.
would you describe, anybody who's listening, how would you describe your sound?
I don't even know. It's it's I have no idea. I don't know how to explain it.
All right, from the clip that you heard,
Uh-huh.
how would you describe his sound?
It definitely doesn't feel new school rap.
Right.
I would say it was a little bit older school rap. Like he said, like if it had a Kanye feeling to me, because Kanye did a lot of music.
As far as the music goes.
As far as the music
Okay.
goes, he did a lot of music and then the raps. Like
Okay.
so, you could hear Kanye song and feel like this song is familiar to you. So that kind of felt like that beat was a little bit familiar to me.
Okay.
Which made me pay attention to what he was saying.
So like a later version. I mean, well, let's say our age.
Yeah,
range,
yeah.
As far as the music goes, but your
Right.
cadence was definitely
Very good.
Southern.
Yes.
The
Yes.
cadence. Only thing different is you can actually
Understand what you're
understand.
saying. Yes.
And I guess you don't have a deep. I mean, being from DC, you don't have that deep Southern accent either.
Right.
I guess that makes a difference too.
I mean, I don't want like I'm not really from DC. I'm from PG, but I just like moved around and stuff like that.
Right. Right. PG.
Yeah, same
Yeah, that's
city, but
DC.
I'm not
Yeah,
staying
yeah.
there.
You know, Baltimore ain't claiming PG County, so
PG. If you DMV.
yeah. There you go.
All,
There you go.
DC, PG County, Montgomery County,
All of that.
Alexandria.
Yeah, we don't claim none of them. Yeah, yeah. So it's a lot of, well, it used to be. I'm not sure if it is anymore because I'm not following. A lot of controversy about what message that you want your music to send out there, and what do you want the people to know about you through your music?
I don't know. Like I've been thinking about my music, and it's like got some people to analyze it for me now. It's like it's very introspective, but I kind of want to express values of certain things.
Okay.
Like it's one time I was like, you don't got to do this alone, like it's a secret or something like that, stuff like that, you know.
So you're basically giving the listeners an inside scoop or inside view of yourself, your inner self,
Yeah,
the things that you've been going through,
Life.
and giving it a positive thing. Like you don't have to go through this by yourself.
yeah.
Okay.
That's nice.
That's a change.
That is a well.
That's 80s.
Right. The 80s was all about a message, and
Right.
then it went into bitches and hoes. And, then it went to I don't know because I can't understand what they're saying, so I don't
Right.
know what it went into next. But yeah.
So that was
More bitches and O's.
yeah, probably.
That was trap music.
Right.
And then there's, what's the other one? The new one they have. They call it.
Trap music.
No, what's the stuff? King Vaughn.
No, drill.
Drill.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. That's the one that, and you know, I'm appreciative because it's still a lot of creativity in it.
Absolutely.
So I appreciate that part. Just like, you know, once you start getting older, and you just don't relate to some of the you know things that they say, but
Correct.
you know, it is what it is. Now, for what were some of the challenges you've had breaking into this? And I know you're still, you know, going through some of those challenges. What are some of the ones that you've already experienced?
Mainly like uh promotion, like getting heard. I don't know how to like I'm not really trying to make 3 TikToks a day.
Right.
Like,
To promote.
but I guess
Yeah.
if that's what you gotta do, I guess I just gotta-
Promotions. Promotions. Now, I think that's, I mean, unfortunately, we did one on, didn't we do one on social media? Influencers and stuff like that. I think, unfortunately, that's something that's, you know, now that you have to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Everything's about content,
Yeah.
content,
Creation,
content.
correct.
You know, putting it out there, and
Yeah.
you know, I guess you can even, I guess you can kind of narrow it down to maybe a couple of them, maybe TikTok. I don't know, even Facebook's more
But
valid
even
this year.
famous musicians, like the ones that they still get into the habit of doing
The
content. Yes,
content, right.
like making dance, whatever, dance steps
Okay.
to the songs, like a snippet, and then they do this dance challenge and stuff like that, and then
True.
that's how
True.
they do. Yeah,
Post some videos with some dance steps.
yeah, that's how they
Not dance steps, but dances.
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
they promote it, and
Okay.
then yeah.
So that's the way to be seen, I guess. Yeah.
Now, how do you balance the business and the creative sides of being an
Ooh.
artist?
I'm sure that's hard.
Well, you went from full time to part time in the business world.
Yeah.
Now you full time music. So now it's kind of like, I guess you would have to balance between pay my bills and
Right.
you know, dish out money and time.
Yeah, well, I DoorDash whenever I can right now.
Okay.
Just to help. But it's like it's more freedom with DoorDash, and it's like it's like kind of like a gamble. Like one day you can make something real good.
Okay.
But like
Wait,
how
you
do
said
I
you gamble?
say?
You said you gamble?
It's a
Us,
gamble.
it's kind of like a gamble.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, well, you do dice?
You know what? What is wrong with you?
Okay.
Special.
Well, and that is something that a lot of young artists has will have to come in and figure it out, is that, you know, do you take that big risk, you know, in jumping into a certain, you know, profession, whether it be music or movie. And I could say, a reason why I'm gonna tell you this is because that was something I wanted to do. I wanted to do movies.
Right.
Right.
I remember
I was
that.
also a beat maker, but it got to the point where, you know, how do you balance it? I want to make sure I could pay my bills, and I wasn't really, you know, ready to take a risk. So,
Yeah.
you know, and I guess some of the more, you know, I'd say popular, more successful people are the ones who took that
Well,
risk,
yeah, are risk takers.
you know, and went all in. So,
But the risk is different at 19 than
Yes.
it is at 32
Correct.
or 28. It's
Correct.
it's a different risk when you started a family.
Right.
Those are different. So,
now, what's the family life like? You have children?
Nah.
Okay, so
good
okay.
job. Okay, not good job, but I'm just saying.
But yeah, I mean,
you
for
know?
what he's doing now,
Yeah,
you don't have
right,
that extra
right.
responsibility. So that's good.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years as an artist?
I want to build my following. I'm not really trying to like be like a mainstream superstar or anything, but I just want to like following with my music so I could just be able to make it and receive some kind of income from it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So money is a factor. I mean, nobody's
Yeah.
trying to spend and not get anything in
Yeah,
return.
yeah.
Okay. So,
I do some shows or
okay, how many shows have you done?
I haven't. I used to do shows, but then I stopped. I just fall out with whoever I was connected with.
Okay.
I'm looking to get back into it.
Well, this is the summertime, so you know you're gonna have to hit those little festivals and stuff like that. And I tell you this because I organized some events and I had entertainers coming in. You know, matter of fact, it was a group from DC that came in. Well, I forgot the name. It was a funk fusion band.
Yeah, they were good.
We talking about the same one?
In the park?
Yeah.
The one in
That
the
was no
park?
good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I said
The
they were
one
no
with
good.
the one with the they sound good on that video.
Maybe we're not talking about the right one.
Yeah,
okay.
no,
We're talking about somebody
the one
different.
the ones from DC was the young guys was like a 4 or 5 of them whatever, and then they came late, so they didn't get the mic check and all that.
That's not who
Okay,
I'm thinking
okay.
about. Okay.
Now how do you handle like do you have an issue with like self-doubt on your self-criticism?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I think I do get self-doubt. I just like,
How do you squash it though?
man, I know it's like some people that like actually like my music, so I try to remind myself of that,
Okay.
and then,
Yeah.
like
Okay.
I like I don't know. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
Well, you also have to remember that, everything ain't for everybody. So you just have to focus in on those people, like you said, who do like your music and want to hear more, and give them that. And you would be surprised how one person will say, you know what, I heard so-and-so and he was really
Right.
good. You need to
Right.
check him out. And sometimes that's how you get
Right.
known.
And I'm gonna tell you, I'm quick to trash a artist. Oh my God. I admit it. I'll hear something I'm like garbage, and really don't even give them an opportunity. But like I said, this is a little bit different. It was kind of like, oh, I can understand this, I can relate, whatever. But you're gonna have those people, those naysayers out there, like
Like
myself,
Psycho, exactly.
and you just gotta say, keep it moving. Like you said, everything is not for everybody.
I mean, even some of your friends would be like, nah, man, just go and work for UPS. Like,
Right.
and you got to kind of not listen to them. If you're ready to pursue it, you got to not listen to them.
No, I had people tell me like I had to distance myself from it. They was like, "Oh, it's cool," but then they go with somebody else, like, "Man, you need to quit." Like,
Oh,
tell
man.
me.
Well, good for you.
Well,
You don't need them in your life.
And that's going to happen at any stage. So, speaking of which, if you had to have your ideal dream collaboration, an artist, could be rap, R&B, rock, whatever, in your mind, who would that be? They gave you this one opportunity, like, Eminem.
Oh, Lord.
Who would you pick out of anybody and why?
What I pick? I would pick. I don't even know who I pick.
You have your favorite artists?
Man, I want to pick somebody that could help.
Help
But
you
like
elevate.
most people can that I'm thinking about, but I'm probably like Suicide Boys or like
Suicide Boys.
I should have said that.
You talking to an older generation here, so I don't know.
Well,
Suicide
two
Boys.
of us. One of us is not.
I don't know. Maybe like if I was on my old wave, I used to want a collab with Trippie Redd.
Okay. Now I've heard of her.
Okay.
Wait, is it her?
That's the guy.
Is it a guy? Who's the other Red?
Don't look at me.
Oh, the Red.
Wait a minute.
You a
Sexy Red.
90s baby.
Just 190.
Now why Trippie Redd?
I used to really enjoy like the rage sound.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So
I think if I was an artist, which I've been known to be a decent singer.
What?
Say that again.
What?
Did I hear you properly?
Maybe you
Correct.
like my earphones are they?
Maybe. I think
Yeah.
so. Something's going
I'm
on.
collabing with Beyonce with a duet.
Oh my God.
'Cause that's instant sales, instant,
Oh my
Front
God.
Street,
And she just be looking at you like, who is this pervy man?
Well, hey, I can sing backup like Michael McDonald. So All right, so let's get into the fun stuff. Now you've been messing around with this for 4 years. What's the weirdest thing that's happened to you? In this.
Are you looking for a Diddy story?
Oh, you've been to a Diddy party?
Oh my God, what is wrong with you?
No, I just heard that earlier. You know, Diddy party is not actually a bad thing. It's just a part if you went there and you went to, you know, you been to any Diddy like parties? Nah. Would you tell us if you did?
No,
Probably not.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't even have to tell you because I wouldn't go.
Now let me ask you something. Do you like at this juncture? Are you at the point where you getting some groupies or fans or, you know, the followers, the crazy followers?
Nah,
Not yet.
not yet.
Ah, okay.
It'll happen.
I got a few followers on the SoundCloud. I'm not nothing crazy, but
Now the cuts that we listen to, that's your first production on like SoundCloud or where people can actually, you know, download and share music.
you said
The clips that we heard earlier.
oh yeah.
Okay, so all right, just getting started. So that comes.
I've been rapping for a minute, but I just switched up my sound. So
Okay. Now, should you get any groupies
Oh
or-
God, this don't sound right.
or crazy fans, you know,
Invite him.
you could, invite me, toss them my way.
yeah,
I only got 2 so far. Near the left and right of me. So,
He has lost his mind.
I've been trying to plug my music with people. I be like, you listen to rap? Check out my SoundCloud.
okay, well that
Yeah,
works.
that's what you got to do.
Now,
Yeah.
what's on your playlist?
My playlist, like Black Smurf. I got like a little bit of Wi-Fi God, some Black Fortune, Kenny Mason.
Okay, where do you get these art? Like, see, I never heard of them. But so where do you find these artists? Are they radio? Are they on the radio?
I don't know. I don't really listen to the radio. I be on YouTube a lot.
Oh, YouTube.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, YouTube a lot. And
Okay.
Apple Music. It's like Apple Music got this page where they recommend music that you
Oh, that
listen,
you
Right.
listen
similar
to.
artists.
Right.
Okay. So YouTube, I guess now. I mean, since you're finding these artists on YouTube, I guess that's a spot to go for yourself. And
Probably, yeah.
as a matter of fact, what's his name? Soldier Boy. Mm-hmm. When he first kicked off, when he first started getting popular, he said he had a formula. He would put his music out there, but he would title it with something else.
Oh wow, to
Like,
make people
Yes,
pay
to
attention.
make people click on it, and that's how
Okay.
they got it too. So I guess you know that does work.
You got to learn some tricks of the trade.
Yeah. Now let's see. How many tracks do you have total so far?
I keep deleting my music off of Apple Music and Spotify.
Not up to par for yourself.
I just like I think like it's like a mode or something I get to. I'd be like, I want to change my sound. I want my sound to be better. I want to work harder on my music, and I get disappointed in my old music. So I
Okay.
put it down.
Yeah, but I feel like you need to keep it up because you don't know who likes your old music and
Right.
will turn around and listen to the new things that you put out based on like, oh, hey, I remember that song he
Right.
had. Let me see what he has new. Don't take your old stuff down. Like, let people hear you, be out there. Because it's going to be somebody that's going to follow. It's going to be a lot of somebodies that will follow.
Absolutely. Now, mind you, there's been a lot of artists that started off, small,
Right,
With,
right.
I guess things that didn't sell a lot of copies and that was unknown or whatever. They did the mixtape thing, stuff
Right.
like that.
Selling stuff out their trunk of their car.
Wu-Tang Clan. That's how they started.
Yeah.
From the trunk. So, once you get to the point where you say I have a finished product and you put it out there, let it
Leave it out
ride.
there. Yup. Leave it out there.
Because
Yep.
you want to definitely do we call it increase your catalog,
Yeah.
so they can people still would like to see the progression you've made and the way people change. There's a lot of artists out there
Right.
who started one way. I'm gonna pick one of Jay-Z.
Right.
And I don't know if like Jay-Z started back, when I was in school, you talking about the late 80s, right? So his whole style changed quite a few times over the years, where he was that real fast. They called the like Iggity style,
Right. Yep.
to his laid back style, and then so yeah, let it flow.
And I didn't jump on until after he stopped the fast.
Oh, really?
Right. I was just
Okay.
like, everybody around me, Jay-Z this, Jay-Z. I'm like, I can't, But like I said, leave it out there, because you never know. Like, just because this one you didn't feel like was up to par, the next one could be, up to par, or the person could have liked the original one.
Right.
So just hang on. That's the thing.
Now, let me ask you something. Did you ever consider assembling a group?
Yeah, I mean, I thought about that a few times, but I don't think people will like stuff like that no more. I don't know. People
the
don't
groups?
like. From the people I was trying to build a collective or something with. Like I got one. I had two people I was cool with. One moved out of state, and it's my bro Roger. I'm still making music with him. We got music posted.
I'm trying to think of any rap groups still.
I'm not there anymore, so I'm not really sure.
Well, I could tell you, even if there's not a lot of groups, so to say, I think most of them started out in groups. And even like some of the popular ones started out in groups, and they did collaborations, and then that's how they kind of bounced off. Because if you collab with somebody and they blow up, guess what? You automatically blow up. That's the behind the scenes type stuff
Right.
that you don't hear
Right.
in the in the social media and all that type of stuff. Everybody started off collabing with somebody, and I can tell you my favorite artists. KRS-One came from a group called Boogie Down Productions.
Right.
Before that, they were called Scott LaRock and the 73 in the Celebrity 3 or 1241. Then you had Jay-Z was with a guy named The Jazz or Jazzo, right? And before that, or I'm gonna say after that, I think they had a group called Innovators, where they did that fast. Remember Jigga What?
Yes.
All right, so that's how
Yes.
that was, or it was called I forgot what it's called, but yeah. So a lot of the artists started off. Now all the NWA, you talking
Right.
about? I'm going old.
Yeah, you're going
Trick
old.
Daddy. And,
Yeah, you're going old.
so consider it. Even if you don't have a formalized group, maybe you can just do a collaboration with people, and then that kind of like puts more energy into.
Yeah. And more ears
Yes.
on what you're doing.
Because they're going to try to put that out to their customer, it's your fan base.
Right.
Next thing you know, boom. And I think there's some artists that I jumped on because I heard him on a collaboration like AZ, when he was with Nas. So there's all the things that you could do with that. So just give it just consider it.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get more into the collabs. Like,
now, do you find is there a lot of rap artists in your area that you know of? That's
yeah,
in your same thing, just trying to jump up there and blast out.
yeah. I be seeing a lot of people when I like the red space. I be on the red space. I be seeing a lot of people in there. Like I'm coming in, they leaving.
You said red
Right.
space.
Red space.
What is that?
That's the studio I go to.
Oh, okay.
You just had that look like, is there something else I don't know about?
I thought it was a social media thing. I was like, wait a minute, did I miss something? I thought I was on everything. So that's a DC studio, or PG County?
Nah, it's in Moco,
Isn't where?
Mo County.
Oh, okay, Moco.
Yeah, it was like
Montgomery
Moco.
County.
I'm like, where's Moco?
Okay.
What is that? Someplace new I need to go.
So, but that's cool then. So you're, bumping into people, say, hey, you could be in the studio. Somebody comes through
Yeah.
and says, oh, that's how ODB got on the Fugees thing.
Okay.
Ghetto Superstar.
Yeah.
He just walked his butt into the studio.
I could see him doing
He
that.
did. And they said, well, hey, you want to
While you here, yeah. I could see that happening.
So yeah, I might. You said Red Studio.
He said Red Space.
Red Space. I'm
Red
gonna check
Space.
that place out. Maybe I can go
And
in
do
there.
what? And do
and
what?
jump on somebody's.
You can sweep the floor. You ain't doing nothing in there. So.
I got a lot to say.
Okay. Speaking of having a lot to say, I think I asked you before, what do you want your music to say? Like, what do you want your fans to hear? And grab a hold of and take with them.
Yeah, I think that's he said his
inner self.
Inner
Yeah,
self,
yeah.
Yeah, so I mean that's now. Let me ask you something. This is more of a personal. You don't have to answer this if you don't want. Now you said where you get your inspiration for your lyrics. Now, looking back in history, there's a lot of artists who dealt with depression, serious breakups,
anxiety disorders, just mental health issues,
even trauma from. Growing up, like, and I just saw a thing on DMX. They did his thing.
He had a lot of trauma in his life.
So, do you think that's a good, source of inspiration that you can draw from, even now in the future, and and at the same time, address those issues in some sort of way?
It's hard to address it sometimes because I feel like I want people to know certain things, but
gotcha.
I don't know. I feel like sometimes I feel like I don't really care if you know. I mean, but I don't know. I'm still deciding if I should.
I
put
say
more of it out there.
I say let it loose. Let it loose. And even this, like, people get their therapy from their music. And that's what I got out of the whole thing with the DMX thing. When he got into the rap, he was able to unleash all of that, and it was therapeutic for him. It tons and tons of creativity. The creative juices started flowing as he was drawing from this well. And I think that's the best thing that you can do is draw from your personal experience or have some way of expressing it. That's why people go to counseling, to get those things out and let listeners hear it. Listeners hear it and they might say, man, you know what? I was going through the same thing.
Yep.
And it happens.
And somebody put it in words.
Then it doesn't mean, if I want to be an artist, it doesn't mean I've gone through trauma or...
No. Well, no, but that's if you have that and you want to draw from that well. Everybody,
if I don't have that.
If you don't, well, you're going to draw that creativity from somewhere else, your life experiences, right?
I don't have any bad experience.
You do. Didn't you get caught stealing bananas?
You know what? Stop it. Stop it. No, but I know what you're saying. But
so
you will draw from something. You will draw from something.
You draw from, like, if I'm writing my books.
Yeah.
Everything that comes out of me, everything
from how I traumatize you.
Yeah, but that I'm gonna pull my family experiences out,
right,
and I may not tell them. I'm not going to start naming names, but I'm gonna give them a story that might be
based on this one thing,
that, and it makes me feel good because now it's like I don't have to tell any particular person. But I'm telling everybody without them really knowing. Right. And it kind of like leaves
except for that one person that the experience was about, they would know.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, even if the story is, I used to watch my mother every day bake cake, or I used to, go walk down the street with her every day, our daily walks. That's an experience.
It's not just the bad stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Good stuff too.
Right.
So what about your family life? Did that affect you in any type of way? Like, before we ask that, what's your family life like? What was it like for you growing up?
It was real cool. A few of my cousins lost my dad, my uncle. So it was like really around my aunts a lot.
Okay.
Grandparents, sometimes family.
You had a lot of influence from them?
Yeah.
Okay. You have brothers and sisters?
Yeah, brothers.
Okay.
Okay. You have, and so you was raised in a single parent home.
Yeah.
A mother. You have brothers. 2 brothers.
Yeah.
You have 2 younger brothers.
Yeah, they're both younger than me.
Okay. See, I'm psychic.
Whatever. Whatever. Yeah, whatever.
And you basically grew up the majority of your time in PG County. What was the neighborhood like? Was it? Did you get that typical? I'm a come out as a rapper and I had to fight every day, or did you have that middle class suburban type environment?
It was people saw it like they would explain it as a hood. I was just chilling. I was on like Wiz Khalifa.
Okay.
I just want to get high every day.
So no like gang violence and all the typical stereotypical stuff that people attribute
Rap
to
about, that think that you have to be, you come out of as a rapper because you've had that experience.
Right.
Is that what you're saying?
You didn't get shot 9 times. No.
Thank God.
Yeah, I mean, it's been like
Just the typical trauma. The
robbed, I guess.
okay, pretty peaceful
Guns aimed
neighborhood.
at me. And like,
So, what was your relationship? You had a one parent household. What was your relationship with your mother? Was she very inspirational, protective, or what? Did she lean on you to say, "I need"?
Oh, you're the man of the house.
Yes.
Now.
How was it? How was that dynamic?
um, I, I, I don't know. I don't know if I'm sizing it, but I feel like I was watching my younger brother a lot.
Okay.
She was like, she was, I guess you could say protective. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. She was the mama bear.
Most mamas are mama bears. Yeah, I'd say that. Do you feel like that anyone in your family influenced you into getting into music? Did we lose him?
I'm like,
Anybody?
good.
Wait. Let me ask. Do you have anybody who is an entertainer in your family that you know of?
Nah.
No. Okay. So you the first one. So anybody influence you into that? Like, gave you that I'm gonna do it because this person inspired me or pushed me.
My It was friends that would push me, but my mom, she kind of pushed me.
Okay.
And my stepfather, he was my stepfather. I kept contact with him. He would
Okay.
influence me to keep creating music.
Okay. So, let me throw in this before we get to the end. We need a word of the day. For those listeners, we do a word of the day. I mean, a word of, I guess you call it word of the day or phrase that pays. I stole that.
Yeah, you better stop stealing stuff.
So, for the listeners who listen on these episodes each month, if you come up with the phrase or the word of the day, at the end of the month, you can actually win a prize. Usually, in this one, we're going to go with the comedy show tickets. So anybody out there, you can email Hot Topix, that's HOTTOPIX podcast @gmail.com. And if you get the word, the special word of each episode for that month, first one who sends us that information, you'll win. And spelling does not count. So, hey, send it in
Do
there.
we have to do a word? Can we do a number?
You can do a
Can
number.
we do
yeah.
88?
88. Okay. That's so our number
Of the day. Yes.
is 88.
That's a good different one.
Okay. We'll do that. And so
what's coming up next for you?
yes. What's the next step in the evolution of LAH88?
I'm working on being like way more consistent. I've been dropping like twice a week. I'm trying to get my home studio together right now so I could work on a collab tape with somebody I'm cool with.
Okay.
I could do something about.
Okay. So do you get a lot of studio time? I know studio time is very expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I I just got a what's it called? I just got a Mac Mini. Trying to get the. I had the studio, but I got rid of it. I'm
Okay.
trying to get it back.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, what instruments do you use? You use old school, or usually whoever's going to produce it?
I don't produce.
Okay, you just put the.
Just
So you're doing the
produce.
recording part.
Yeah.
Okay. So some of the ones they have is like the SP12 just came out. That was the staple for every hip hop artist.
Okay.
Back in the day, SP12 or
If you say so.
the Roland 909 and the DR5 or 660 and the
Yeah.
TR808.
I wish I could understand what you were saying. You probably could be speaking French right now.
No, these are all the instruments and I had a couple of those.
Okay.
But, those were you could do almost anything with those. I mean,
Gotcha.
sequencers and
Okay.
loops, the whole nine. So it was pretty good.
If you say so.
But
Where can people find you? Let us know.
that was my question. Thank you.
TikTok, Instagram, Apple Music, SoundCloud, Spotify, everywhere. LAH88.
Okay, LAH88.
88. Okay.
So you can find LAH88 on TikTok, SoundCloud, YouTube,
Yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
And
I
what-
changed my name on Facebook.
oh, you changed it?
I got to change my name.
Oh,
on
okay,
Facebook.
okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, listen, it was a pleasure. I want to thank you for
Thank you.
taking your time out to come chat with us.
No
And
problem.
We're going to try to make sure we put this out so maybe your listeners can listen to what you have, and you can send me some of those tracks you got, and that we can try to add it onto the podcast.
There you go. And when you blow up, don't forget about your Hot Topics friends.
Yes, when you blow up, we want that first interview.
Yes. And we're putting it out there because you're going to blow up.
Thanks.
We're sending you that energy.
Outstanding. We got it.
Thank you, family, for listening to the latest episode of Hot Topics. As usual, listen, like, share, subscribe. Ta.